can see, even with your eyes in space, you can see very sharp divisions. It's kind of like the rings of Saturn. There's lines, and you can see 3 or 4 layers of the atmosphere.
One of the things that the cupola allows you to do is perform robotic operations with the robot arm and actually see the robot arm in 3 dimensions. First, with TV cameras, we only see it in 2 dimensions. And it's difficult to build the mental 3D picture. So now you can really see things.
This is the Soyuz that General Hermachevsky flew 30 years ago.
We could look one way and see the whole space station and the Soyuz in progress, and look the other way and really get the first outside view of our space shuttle endeavor. This is combining as a happy guy.
This is in the middle of the night while we were all sleeping. Steve slept in Note 3, so he snuck in the cupola all night long. I don't think he got much sleep while we were there. So this is Star Wars and the cupola.
We don't think this was done on purpose.
What a coincidence.
What this represents, this new module on the space station, it had allowed us to take many of the life support systems that were inside the laboratories and move them into this module. So now the laboratories will be used as laboratories. So now there are 3 major laboratories on the space station, just now opening up for business. So it's an exciting time for space science. Unless you are part of the experiment. This was actually not done in space, it was done both before and after. This is about 2 hours after we landed. And I'm strapped into this chair, which is rotating 2 times per second for 40 minutes. So, as if landing coming down through the atmosphere wasn't enough. The systems that we moved into the new module had to do with processing the air, processing the water, hygiene station, exercise station, and of course the window. So it's a very, very busy and important module full of fluid lines, electrical lines that we had to hook up by hand. It was great fun.
After we left, the space station was a little bit bigger. You can see just above my hand is where Node 3 and Cupola are. And I was lucky as the pilot. I got to halfway, about 150 meters, and we flew a big circle around the station before we left. And right as we flew over the station, we flew right over Mongolia. Here's the shadow of Endeavour on the solar array. That's a neat picture. And right as we were flying over top, you can't see it here. We flew right over the Himalayas, and it was really beautiful. It was phenomenal. And these are pictures from the station of the shuttle.
The idea is to inspect the space station photographically because it is in a fairly challenging environment of space debris. And so every mission goes up and does a very detailed inspection of the space station to see where it has been hit.
Right, because there's a lot of small dust or rocks in space, and they're all moving at many kilometers per second. So every once in a while, sometimes the station gets hit by one of these things. So we take pictures of the whole station, and the people on the ground analyze the photographs to see if there was any damage.
Here's something you may not know. You know that the space station gets electrical energy from solar energy from the solar arrays, right? Well, those big panels in the middle are not solar arrays, they're radiators. Because the electrical power is used to power computers and machinery with exchanger transfers the heat outside to an ammonia line. The ammonia lines go to these radiators and radiate the heat out into space. It's because you can't have convective cooling in a zero gravity environment. Well, what about the shuttle? Where are the radiators? In fact, where are the solar arrays? Well, the shuttle does not have solar arrays. It gets electrical power from hydrogen oxygen fuel cells. Take H2, take O2, bind them together, H2O, so we get pure water, which we give to the space station. And we get an electron, and we get heat. So with the electron, we use, that's our electrical power generation system. And with the heat, we reject through the radiators, which are the doors. So those silver covering on the doors of the shuttle are actually the radiators. This is a very empty endeavor, a sign of our job being complete. And as we back away from the space station and get ready to go home, we took some photographs. Oh, there's those shirts again. It's really interesting to do optical physics experiments, although it can be a little scary depending